Wow, that was a waste of time. Thank you for pointing that out, Mike. I would have probably done the whole goddamn thing muted. At least nobody heard me singing. Then I gotta send out thanks. Because I said thank you and... Hold on. So... Let's do this again. Thank you, Talik126 and Vortex Gaming 57 for the follows. No wonder they turned me off quickly. Like, my brain is here now, unfortunately. Like, I said, when I was muted and nobody heard me, I said I was, actually, I should have stayed in here last night because I didn't sleep well anyway because my brain was thinking about it. I should have just stayed down here and just kept working. Nobody paid much attention. That's right. I actually came in here and I come in here. I start getting ready to get stream. Fuck! Forgot the computer. I'm like sitting there setting everything up. I'm like, fuck. It's like I got shit. All second changed and had to run out again real quick. I'm part-timing it, man. Part-timing it. Alright, let's see. Lighter tone on pants, cool. So checking that part off. Get a little more detail on that yellow, I think. On the bottom one. A little extra oil we got. Some chocolate chip cookies. You got it. Just a big way. Now we just eat nuts and barrels. A little more yellow. I can't get used to this lifestyle. Just a bit. Just to give a salty. All right. Oh, okay. A few more pig highlights. I'm trying to read my own handwriting from last night. A few more painkillers. It's all little shit left too. Like I said, it was just in my head last night. I'm laying in bed, and I was almost pulling like the Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it's like, I'll go. He'll just keep calling, and in my head, I'm just, I should go out. I should go out to the paint. I should go finish painting. But after like 2.5 hours, I eventually fell asleep. I just realized something. I bet she's gonna Let's see something. Yeah, it's not a variety. Oh, that's right. Set. She is a dirty queen. You know what I mean? It's a dirty queen. Alright, I think that cuts that one. Little shrinking in here I want to do. I'd hoped I'd have enough time to finish it and do the brushes tonight, but I don't think that's possible. I gotta start loading that car up. Get ready to go. Flush it out a little. Alright, another one. Yoda Bliss, thank you. Thank you for the follow, my man. It was a good night. Should get on here a little earlier. Guess there's problems with streaming so late, like I usually do. Never get to pick up anybody. Alright, pants, good I think. Coat is good. Tool on the desk. Alright, there's still right there. Alright, let's see if we got any more cobalt left to work with. I know next to nothing regarding these things that he's got on his desk here. So I'm kind of bullshitting my way through them. I'm assuming they're etching tools. They're kind of hard to make out in the take that, take a little alizarin. So I got a little cadmium red medium. A little alizarin just to give it a little depth. That's what we can do, is we can do that. And that's a little cadmium red light. Yeah, we're going to touch that one up back there a little bit too. If you don't like what we see. Kiss me, I'm Irish. I am the wild rover. My eyes never smile, and I'm seldom sober. I like my whiskey, and I love to dance. So if you feel as lucky as me, take a chance. Kiss me, I'm Irish. My heart beats a jig. Excuse me. Yes, sir. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Absolutely will. Never deny. I only drink on the days of the week that end with a Y. That no doubt. I'll tell you I'm the one that your grandmother warned you about. Two on the desk. We said the yellow detailing, shading's done on those. So we got hair, casts, hands, right? Sweet. Can you guys actually put back in focus a little bit? Alright. So if you're feeling as lucky as me, take a chance. Alright. Now I did a color thing. I don't remember if I did the calves though. Let me just double check here. Because I was screwing around on, what's it called? No, it's not. Yeah, wait, it should be there. Where the fuck is it? No? I did I messed around with a, like color rough. Oh, I never downloaded it. I just had it on my phone. Okay. Yeah, sort of. Okay, I got an idea. Alright. Let's see. Shite. Alright, okay, take it from here without too much damage. It's a little bit of the turquoise blue in there, but I don't think it's going to take over. Hopefully it doesn't. I never mind. Yeah, we're going to need more. I'm not going to risk it. If I take any more, I guarantee I'm going to get the, I'm going to take the wrong bit. I'm going to get turquoise that will take over. Damn. Like a toothpaste roll, squeeze from the bottom. Yeah, it's funny. I would love to be one of those guys like, you know, like say like even like Bob Ross used to, I mean, he painted significantly thinner, obviously, but you know, be able to like, oh, well, this is exactly the amount of paint I need to get through this exact moment of, and I'm, you know, I'm too scattershot. I'd love to be able to do it, but half the time I haven't really decided on all my colors. It's like, so I did a rough on my phone, but it was more like, okay, well, I kind of want to do this as the base and maybe one of these as a highlight, or you know. But that's about as far as I thought with it. It's not really like a, okay, we got this planned out, you know. No, you keep trying to throw this one at me, Alexis. Alexis! No, Alexis, Jesus Christ, my daughter. Alexa. Skip. You know I'm going to yell at my daughter. I'm going to tell her to come over here and change it for me. Just hit skip for me. care she's 22 years old. She listens to me when I tell her to do things. As my mother always said, the foot always reaches, right? She's probably working. You confused for a better man. Sometimes you break the finger on the upper hand. So you got me confused. I think it's interesting that, I mean, if I look at the original, I mean, I don't see shoes. I'll put it up here again. It's going to make me go all the way back. God damn it. But, fine. Let's do that. I should do it. Maybe copy that. All right. Put that up there. But, like, you know, you look at the Goya's original, and I guess the guy's, you know, and I'm assuming it's Goya himself, but, you know, there's definitely no shoes that I can see. That's a little bigger. I thought there were like little bits of one, like maybe like much lower shoes, almost like, you know, slippers or something, but I think they're just markers of like the, you know, like the stockings or whatever, you know, these high socks or whatever they're called. Do not ask me to be historically accurate. That's not who I am. But you know, it's like these. This guy got his feet like sort of rolled up with the one, and I guess he got home and just took his shoes off, went to chill. His dogs were probably killing him. Fun fact, in case anybody didn't realize it, that the reason that phrase exists, that my dogs are killing me, you know, is actually because back then, you know, it was very much a waste not, want not. So when your dog died, you put Fido on your feet. Isn't that lovely? Wow. Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. He's great with it. Swings like a gate with it. With it. Wow. Goes to. She goes fro. She goes fast. She goes slow. Papa's looking for mama, but mama is moving. Well, that's just it. I mean, I don't know if they're. You look at like when I look at the feet, I see a few dashes. So it's one of those hard. They don't connect though, and he's pretty solid along the rest of it. I mean, he's resting, sleeping. It's kind of like a I don't know. It's one of those things where we get into this, you know, without the clear division of colors and you know, being a lithograph or whatever, like a little etching. It's one of those little judgment calls. I mean, I could probably just do this. And probably work for this as well. A cobalt. Ultramarine. Because he's definitely rolling his feet up a little bit. Mambo, mambo. We're spring again. We're spring again. Wow. Oh, mama. Mambo, mama. About tonight. I know we took cobalt. Come on. Stuff with my afro puffs. What you bears? I rock and stuff with my afro puffs. Alright, that's not working out of there, so let's do it this way. Alright, another one. Decode 82. Thank you very much, man. Doing solid tonight. And anybody not familiar, I always like to point it out. That's Pierre Robert from Philadelphia DJ. Sometimes when he transitions between the, like as the morning show is wrapping up their stuff here in Philly, and they transition over to Pierre, he goes a little cuckoo. Damn, is that already drying up on me? Come on, man. Stuff with my apple puffs, hey. What you bad self? What and stuff with my apple puffs? Fix that one little bit near the knee. Just to make it pop a little more. It's actually there and actually a pretty good spot. It's just that it's blending too much in with the coat. So we gotta try to get that popping a little more. Hey, I'm not with your bad self. I'm not rocking stuff with my afro puffs. When I first bought my car, it had the little Sirius preview or whatever. You know. And I had had a what was this channel? It was Backspin. Backspin was the name of the channel. Draining that one too much. The this came on one day when I was sitting in traffic, like crawling down the. So I posted this. Now, I have never had Afro puffs. I came kind of close in high school with my poofy hair, but I was so excited. I hadn't heard the song in years, so I posted it on my Facebook page. You know, just the rough and stuff with my Afro puffs, and a friend of mine that I worked with at Quest Diagnostics, who most certainly regularly would wear little Afro puffs. It was funny as hell. She posted, come down with your bad self. I don't know. I had to laugh at it because it's like, here I am posting it as white a guy as it gets. I haven't had anything that would bear a resemblance to Afro puffs, like I said, probably since high school. That took work sometimes because of my long hair. I was like, she's playing along with me. That's fun. I still got to box up Wilma for her journey, Mike, if you're still here. She's going to be ready soon. I'm like literally trying to make sure I have like every possible second to make sure like nothing happens. You know, like dry it out as much as possible. It should be fine, but I'm just like, A little there. Violet. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. Just a little bit. Perfect. Get a little more depth there. No, not enough. A little more. A little more. Come on. There we go. Perfect. That'll do it. That'll do, Peg. That'll do. A little bit up here. This is the hell that is this type of painting to me sometimes. You touch one color, and it's like, you know what? We need to balance that over here with this other, a little more of it over here, this side, and a little more over there. And that's how I get overworked on things. So I guess it's almost like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, a coworker of mine came up to me. I don't speak a lot with my coworkers too much, unless I'm bitching and complaining about my customers. But she's like, Brian, are you an artist? And I was, she's like, I would see you with art on your. I was like, yeah. And again, I'm just kind of not engaging. But she's like, that's just so wonderful. It makes me so happy. And I'm like, it's literally hell in my life. Like, I have to do it. You just need to understand. It's not a want half the time. It's a compulsion. It's not. I have to do it. It's not even like in my control anymore. Like I said last night, I couldn't sleep because all I was doing was thinking about this fucking painting. Ultramarine to pull it up a little bit. There we go. That's like at the Phillies one time. I had one of my co-hosts or whatever. Another host just like me. When he found out I was an artist, we were talking. He's like, "You just don't strike me as the artistic type. I'm used to tattoos and all this other stuff." And I was like, "Oh, no tattoos for me." And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "There's only two people whose artwork I would allow." So you guys can see it. There's only two people whose artwork I would allow on my body. Who I would trust to do something I would like, quote unquote. And I'll explain that because it's temperamental at best. One would be my buddy Davin, who I went to school with, and I've watched him evolve as an artist. He hasn't done a lot in a number of years, I'll be honest with you, but I would probably not mind one of his pieces, And if Mike's still watching, he's laughing his ass off because he knows how long it would take. But I think I could allow it. And then the other would be something of my own that I would come up with. The problem in that scenario, though, is that both of us are crazy perfectionists. In the fact that, not that we finish a piece and we just keep working on a piece till it's actually perfect. No. We usually, both of us, work on it till we abandon it. And then we sit there for the rest of our lives looking at the pieces going, God, I hate you. I need to do better next time. And it's a good thing in the fact that it keeps striving and moving us forward into, or at least that's me, stopped working, like I said, as far as I'm aware. But, so coming to dislike the old piece means you go to the new piece, start working some more. The downside of it would be, though, if there was a tattoo, it is endless reworking that has to be done now because it will never be finished. And we're talking a span of likely days where, until it's like, no, we can't do this. This has to be replaced. This has to be adjusted. Touch on the feet to pull them out. It's going to fall into the violet. Just to give it a little more oomph. Let's make them match a little. Putting a little dash of the turquoise on there again. A little lighter one we made up. Just boom. Probably should get the hands done first, right? Hands would be more likely to start. Because I figure once I go in there with the dark color for the hair, if it catches some of the hands, well, that's the other problem. Yeah, I've had that go sour too. I had somebody, Preston and Steve do like Tattoos Day, and somebody came to me asking for one after I did the. I know. Yeah, like I said, Preston and Steve did these tattoos, and right after I did the Preston and Steve comic book, I think it was after the first one. No, wait, it was after the second one came out. Yeah, after the second one came out. They had asked me to design a tattoo for them of kind of a superhero-esque thing. Yeah, I think they asked for Scabro, which was Preston's character. Kind of looking like he was staying there, but they wanted to look like he was peeing a little. Whatever. So I did it, you know, with the logo and everything. But the tattoo shop or whatever was RC's Tattoos. Their printer broke or whatever. I guess the thing they usually use to transfer it. So RC had to eyeball it. And that came out as good as you think it would. Like they showed me the picture. I was like, yeah, that's not mine. I'm like, okay, well, cool, I guess. I mean, it was there in spirit, you know. All right, what do we need? What do we need? We need my Naples yellow red, right? Naples yellow red. Need a little bit of that. See, I like that this is actually just referred to as like a Naples yellow red, even though it's pretty much a good Caucasian base tone, I guess. That's what bothers me with that flesh tint color, is that it's called flesh tint when it's, you know, it's very much, you know, a light pink. It's definitely, again, kind of, you could be like, oh, it's white people blushing pink. And I always hate that it's called flesh. Like that's, I've ranted about that a few times on here if you're new to the channel. And I know. I can't find a good spot for it. I tried to put it up here. It was fucking terrible. It literally, because this fucking limp. Hold on. Because of that. Every time I tried to put it up here, it would lean, it just drop in and right into the canvas. I was like, yeah, that's not going to fly. So until I can figure out something else, I got to get either a new boom or whatever. And unfortunately, that's just not going to happen during the summertime. Unless I find out that I sold a bunch of paintings from the that's the cable. Because it's being twisted around. We'll see. Try to do that. Because I got twisted around when I did the adjustment. But the where was it? Oh, I ran on the flesh tint. That's right. She keep distracting me. The I kind of wish they like, if they're gonna do that stuff, because it bothers me that, I mean, at least they did start to readjust it. This Indian red is now called light red, which I actually prefer again because I always found that one to be pretty absurd. But I almost wish they'd go like completely the other way and have it like cracker ass cracker, like tone or something like that. Alexa, skip. Alexa, skip. She's having another off day. Yeah, Alexa, skip. Nope. Alexa, skip. I did this last night. Alexa, skip. Come on. Alexa, skip. Write down all that I am. Make sure that's not popping out. On a side, like completely unrelated note, and I won't go into details here, dude. But remind me when we meet up to talk to you about like why Samantha and Alexis are awesome. I think you'll dig it. Actually, we're gonna adjust the hand a little bit because I think I went off. Let me look at the original again. Yeah, I did. I was off on that. Okay, so we're gonna cut that back. Break down. There we go. That's a little better. What do I want? Smooth that a little bit. Just a touch. Too much. Touch that again. Take more of that up. Where is the sacrifice? And tell me where is the faith? Someday. Oops, too much. Oh. No, I was just saying, remind me when we get to meet together, to tell you about like why Sam and Allie are just awesome. I want to do it here. There's details and stuff that it's not my place to put online, but this is something cool that happened, you know. And the way that those kids are, you know, willing to assist in it, I guess. I'm asking you to remember something for like over a week, but my memory's shit, so. As bad as my memory was, it's gotten a lot worse, so. There we go. Alright. I think we're getting there. We're nearly done, I think. Because this hair's going to be simple dimple. Just want to put a little bit more. Of course, I say this, and this is always like the spot where it's like, okay, I just need to put a little tiny line here, and then my hand jerks and easels get tossed. In one of my temper tantrums. Say what you will, but they kept the freaking staff away from of the University Arts from bothering me when I was in a bad mood. Alright. Let's see here. Dance with me. Make me sway. So like my favorite mixture for hair, like for dark hair, it's a little ultramarine, it's a little burnt sienna, I'm running a little ultramarine now. Let's see if it's still wet. Because I wanted to have a blue tint, you know. But it gives that almost black tone, but not quite there. Works very well. I don't have much. Come on, it's got to be something right here. I really don't want to squeeze out any more. Dances may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Oh, I haven't added whiskers too before we wrap up. That's right. There are whiskers on the cats. And there's, for some reason, whiskers on that fucking owl. I really don't quite understand that one still, but whatever. Alright, so we get to make sure the hair is in the right. Kind of jumbled mess. And it just occurred to me I'm going to have to put a little, because I don't have enough cobalt, I have to put a little dab out. It's way the hell over there, of course. That's true. I said to my wife, I said he's got like a Nigel Thornberry face going on there. So if you really look at him, like, look at the original, it's like, yeah, that's kind of Nigel there. It's like smashing. You see, man, knowing Goya the way I do, and I mean, it's not great. I don't have near the level of understanding that I have for, like, say, like Van Gogh or whatever, but, he was a satirist in a lot of ways. So I can't help but wonder, if maybe some of these guys are, in some way, shape, or form, supposed to represent a specific person. Maybe in Spanish government or something like that. That seems logical. I'd go after somebody like that. Because he had the balls to do it. Yeah. Given that some of the regimes were changing, he was able to kind of pull that stuff off because he was so well respected as an artist. He could do it, not get into too much shit. Alexa, skip. Alexa, skip. Ooh, if you're an apple. All right. No, I'm not going to do that one. I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? I've never been very good with, doing words in my paintings anyway, and I figured that was probably for print, I don't think it's necessary. That's why I tried to make sure at least there's texture there. So it's not like a dead space. But I decided I wasn't going to put that on there. It just gave me something to, like, literally sit here and argue with for hours on end and then never be happy with it. I just don't know where I can begin. Actually, this goes more over that way. This should have a little space. It doesn't go all the way up. Yeah. I know too long, but I keep living this day like the next will never come. Don't tell me to deny. Good. There we go. All right. Keep it kind of thematic. This is one that I don't think is going to pop up on camera. That's all right. I like those. Said it time and time again in here. I'll say it. I love colors that don't show up on, even in a high resolution photo. I don't think this would pop up very well. It's a little oxide chrome green, just to give it like a connection to, his head to the things behind him. My headphone's popping out. Need to be redeemed to the one I've sinned against. Keep a couple of little spots where it goes out a little bit. I think I'm ready to add a little more depth to his hands. And add a little extra shadow there. There, and touch of this, right there, a touch of that, right along the edge, I think we'll do it. Not enough, need a little more. Make it match up here a little bit. Alright, a little cerulean in between here and here. Alexa, skip. I don't know how much more Alexa's going to need to work. That's a wonderful thing. Okay, not to let them, so they're not dead spaces, you know. Some touches here. We're almost finished. Driving in, digging the skin he's in. Skin he's in. Skin. No news. For the hammerhead. Let's take over here. First one the right color wins. Let's see here. Skin he's in. Living on, driving on, digging the skin he's in. Head twist. Still skin. I don't think half of what I did is visible to you guys, because again, I have a shitty camera and I know. Get that fixed. I'll show you a little adjustment. Yeah, damn. Just a little bit. Let's see something. If I... Oh, I should do it when I'm doing the live version rather than the delayed one. How do I kind of try to... Nah. Trying to see if I could control the light better. I put a volume to try to make it better. It didn't get any better. I tried to cover my lights a little bit, but... I think that's it. I think I'm good. That's not bad. An hour and a half or so, right? So, now comes one of the hardest parts for me, usually. What color do I put my signature in there? I think it's going to be the alizarin. I think that's the winner. I do a lot with it, but I think that's going to be the one. Better put a little extra. It's got to stay liquidy for my signature to work. Not too much, not too much, not too much. Here we go. Almost there. Let's go. I think I nailed that one. A long time ago, I met her in Monterey, in old Mexico. Stars, guitars, lips red as wine, broke somebody's heart. Oh, and I swear that it was mine. I think we're good. And I'm telling you right now, as I'm sitting here putting my signature on this and thinking, okay, I'm consider it satisfactory. In my head, I'm thinking, you know, I did that other color test where I had the background red with the green things coming out, and then him in a different set of colors. I think I had blue, and I might have had yellow in the pants or something. And now I kind of want to try that too. So we may come back to this one. I like the subject, and there's a lot to play with. I don't know when I'll come back to it. I've got people talking about commissions. I've got some other stuff I wanted to paint. Half this trip to Virginia that we're taking is just so I can get more reference shots from Luray Cavern, so I can do more cave paintings. I really liked the one I did in April of last year. So, yeah. Actually, you know what? There's one little spot I'm gonna. Annoyed me because I didn't get it right. That one right there. All right. I'm just going to look out for a couple little touch-up points here real quick. There we go. Just one. Nice little spot I can... Alright. If I start doing that, though, I'll stay here forever. I can't do that. I got stuff to do. There's a little spot. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry I'm moving on. Okay. I'm cool. Signatures on it. I have to stop, right? So, that's that. We're gonna call it time of death, 8:37 p.m. July 6th. Not too bad, I think, though. It's got a bit of that unease I wanted out of it. See, I originally was playing with the idea of doing the red background, but I wanted them to creep out more than they were doing on the red when I was doing the color test on it. So I think this works better, but I don't think I'm entirely convinced on it. So in other words, what it'll be is, like I said, this one is done. but I may come back and stretch a canvas just the same size and whatever, a couple months, maybe a year down the road, see how it goes, and see what we can do with it then. Who knows? Like green them up or something a little bit in the skin or something to make it offset it more. Yeah. But I like it. I like the. And again, there's a lot of stuff. I know I have shitty cameras, and I keep apologizing. I will keep apologizing until I can finally afford to get the good one. Not even the good one that I want, like the okay one I want, which is like my first level on a Patreon or whatever that I made. It was like, okay, if I can get to this level, I can get my good camera and the capture card needed to make it work. But until I can afford to do those, I already told my wife if any paintings get sold, like those are the goals. Like that's the first thing. I got to get something better for this piece of shit. But there's stuff that even if it was a good camera, I could come in here with my DSLR, take a shot of this thing, and there's still stuff in it that will not show up. So I know that, and that's not unintentional. I do that stuff a lot. Mike went with me to the Van Gogh show many years ago down DC, and we saw lots of little colors that you don't see in photos, and that's always been a big thing. It was big impression on me that I've always been out to do, just to try to sneak stuff past the viewers. The rant I make all the time. You have not seen a painting if you've only seen the print. Like I said, if you've never been to the Met and seen Starry Night, you do not like Starry Night. You like the print of Starry Night. It's a very subtle difference. So it's the same thing. Like I said, I do that stuff on purpose. So I'm sorry I'm an asshole to you guys. And to anyone who follows me because of that. But it's part of painting, man. I want you to see the painting. I don't want you to see my print or my bad photo of it or whatever. I want you guys to come check it out whenever you can. I don't know when I'm going to show it, but when I do, I'll let everybody know. So that's it for now. It's very likely I'll be on normal time Sunday, maybe even a little early. Simply because we don't have a lot planned for Sunday. We're doing the Skyline Drive in the morning on our way to our hotel, and once we get to the hotel, it's kind of it. We don't really have anything else planned. So, very good chance I'll be normal time Sunday, working on drawing. We'll do something that way. I brought literally almost all my drawing stuff. I have, a shit ton of pencils, like just regular pencils. I got my charcoal pencils. I got charcoal blocks. I got my razor to cut the charcoal blocks up like I likes to. I got colored pencils. I got watercolor pencils. So I can even do like a little bitty maybe sort of painting. We'll see. Have to find out how conducive the hotels layouts and everything are for it. Trying to think what else. This is specific to anybody in the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia region. If you wanted to see one of my pieces, actually you can see 3 of my pieces in person, you have until Wednesday. You probably should get in there Tuesday. The Chester County Art Association is doing their swap out for their quarterly shows in the Exton Square Mall. It's a gallery not far from the Boscovs there. Wednesday, my daughter's going to pick them up for me since we'll be out of town, and I don't have anything else going up there this quarter. So unless I get a show that wants me in like the next day, that's probably all that will be out in the public viewing area until October. I'd love to get a show, and I'll keep trying, so maybe there's a chance, but as of right now, that's all that'll be up until October. And so I will catch you guys on Sunday. We'll do some drawing and we'll figure something out.
Peace.